Today we're heading down to the Cool Spring Power Museum in Cool Spring, Pennsylvania, which is home to a large amount of hit and miss engines, all that a person could ever want or need. For the most part, what it is just a massive display of hit and miss engines from all over the country, but mostly Pennsylvania. These engines were used for your oil pumps, natural gas compressors, things of that nature. Also in tractors, some of the smaller ones. Now, when I refer to the term hit and miss engine, what I'm talking about is the antique engines that they used in the late 1800s on up to, say, the 1930s. But a lot of them got melted down during World War II because they needed the iron to make steel. So unfortunately, a lot of them didn't survive the war, but collectors got their hands on quite a few of them, and they were able to restore them. This museum keeps expanding and getting bigger buildings and more machines, and the machines keep getting bigger and bigger, and the buildings get bigger and bigger, and I don't know how big the place is, but I'm thinking they have anywhere from 15 to 20 acres, combined flea market along with displays there. The hit and miss gets its name from the unique firing pattern that it has. It's a random firing pattern. It depends completely on the load that's the engine's under at the time. And what happens is when the engine's under load, it runs a lot like a modern four-stroke engine does. That is, at the end of every compression stroke, there's a firing and a power stroke. But when these things were idling, or they got up to maximum RPM and they needed to slow down a little bit, what would happen is the governor would release the exhaust valve, or they would actually hold the exhaust valve open, and that would eliminate the compression stroke and turn the engine essentially into a large air compressor. And being they always had these big flywheels, the engine was just allowed to freewheel until it bled off some speed. Then the exhaust valve would close again, and you get a compression stroke and start firing again. So it's a completely random type of situation with these things. So we're turning into the entrance for the Cool Spring show now, and it's Friday. It goes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I was thinking that Friday there wouldn't be a whole lot of people here, but I was wrong. This place is packed more than ever. This is really getting popular. And anyways, about the hit and miss engine shows, or the engines themselves, they varied anywhere from 5 horsepower up to several hundred horsepower, and they were they were made out of cast iron for the most part. So a 5 horsepower engine might weigh 1,000 pounds or something like that. So if I can find a place to park here, I was going to say spark, I got engines on the mind. So I'm looking forward to this, and I figured you guys would like this too. I know a lot of you are mechanically minded, you appreciate that sort of thing. And these antique engines are very fascinating. They're about as fascinating as the steam engines as far as I'm concerned. And I can't find parking anywhere. There's a house for sale. If you like engines, that's the place to go. Chicken crossing. Now we know why the chicken crossed the road. Little likes hit and miss engines. We finally found a parking space, so let's head in.
You gonna build one?
Maybe.
I'll tell you what I made it out of. Just to change.
Okay.
And this is a coupling nut for coupling all thread sections together.
Yeah.
3/4 inch thread. This is a 3/4 inch bolt that I welded onto this arm. And then it pivots on the thread. This locks the two together when you stop it. That way otherwise it'll go like this.
I was wondering how you keep pressure to the ground to drive it.
Just to grab it.
Just the gravity of the engine weight.
And you can put this on any size of bike. What you want to do is have the center line of that tire roughly equal with the back of this. That 3-horse pushes this around plenty good.
Yeah.
So but you can still put a 5, or with a 5-horse, you might get a little better traction because you have more weight. Thank you.